What's up, fight fans? What's up, UFC fans? Here to give you my thoughts on the UFC 148 main event between Chael Sonnen and Anderson Silva. This was the rematch. This was 2 years in the making. And right up front, I just want to say that I think this rematch was just too overhyped. Chael Sonnen obviously did a good job, in their first fight to sell the fight very well. And in my prediction video, I did predict that Silva was going to win, but I predicted that he was going to win by submission. But obviously, in this fight, you guys know that he won by TKO. Right off the bat, round one, it started. Chael Sonnen dominated. Got him with a takedown, and he was trying to wear Silva out, but he couldn't get the job done in round one. Round two, he's going for some strikes, and then they get close to the cage, and Sonnen goes for a spinning back fist, and he obviously misses, falls on his ass, and he gets punished for it. And the thing is I have to say about that is, you're in a career-defining fight. Everything that you're going to do is going to matter big time. So I don't know what was actually going through Sonnen's head at the time when he was going for that backhand. I think his adrenaline was just pumping so much that he didn't really, think. It was just something that he did out of natural instinct, and he was hoping that it would connect and hit him. But when you're trying to do moves like that against a top elite fighter like Anderson Silva, you can't do those kind of moves against somebody like that and hoping that it's going to work, because it's not. I feel like Sonnen, I'm not saying he could have actually won the fight. I'm just saying he should have stuck to the game plan of getting him on the ground and try to choke him out. That's what he should have kept focusing on. Now, once Sonnen fell on his ass, I was actually kind of surprised by Sonnen. Like, he went straight to guard his face, and I mean, I felt like he should have tried to get up as soon as possible. But I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and try to speak from a fighter's perspective. You know what I'm saying? But I was actually kind of shocked by the outcome. I mean, I predicted that Silva was going to win, obviously, but 2 years in the making, man, for Sonnen to go out like that was shocking to me, man. I just really couldn't believe it. And if you guys noticed with the post-fight interview, you could even tell by Joe Rogan, man. I mean, how devastated he was. I mean, he didn't even know what hardly to say at the interview, because Joe Rogan interviewed this guy a lot of times. He did multiple podcasts with Chael Sonnen, and it was just sad to watch in a way, because he actually cut that interview real short. I mean, he just didn't know what to say, man. I mean, this was a huge, devastating loss for Chael Sonnen, man. Look at his facial expressions throughout the end of the fight, the post-fight interview. You could even tell, in the post-fight press conference, that he was just you could just tell that he was just so devastated. I mean, damn, even Anderson Silva was yeah, I'd like to invite you over for some Brazilian barbecue. I mean, I was just laughing when I heard that, but it is what it is. You gotta give credit to Chael Sonnen, man. That guy's still a hell of a fighter in my book, but he just couldn't get the job done, And fights like that are just where, the line is drawn between who's going to separate the men from the boys, and that's clearly just what it is. And Silva's great. I still see him staying in the sport for a while. I can't really say how much more longer. I'm not really sure what the battle plan is at GSP still. I think he's still injured. I'd like to see him get back, and he's talking about if he stays injured for a little time longer, they say he might have to vacate his title. I'm not really sure about that. I don't know the full exact details on that, but that was a pretty good fight overall. I was just, like I said, I was just really shocked by the outcome, and that's all she wrote. So I actually like cocky fighters. I like when a fighter could talk a lot of shit, beat his opponent. I like things like that. But thing that I don't like is that when somebody talks trash and they lose, and they talk trash again and they lose again. That's the thing I don't like. So I feel that Chael Sonnen has no right, and I'll say this, I feel he has no right to talk trash again after he lost at least to Anderson Silva. And I can see he's going to talk trash to somebody else now. I mean, I don't know who he's going to focus on next as far as his next opponent, but as far as talking trash to Anderson Silva, man, he can't even do that anymore, I believe. So